Hello, welcome back. Last week I talked about the Sailor V manga. This week I'm talking about Sailor Moon, specifically Sailor Moon Crystal, the sort of remake anime. Launched back in 2014. Uh, Ended in 2023. Uh, it consists of 3 seasons and 2 movies, with each of the movies being split into 2 parts. The movies took a little bit of time to release. That's what they took longer to make and release, so that's why it only ended in 2023, 9 years after Crystal launched. Anyway, Sailor Moon Crystal. It is an anime series. It is Sailor Moon, obviously. It is meant to be more faithful to the original manga, because the '90s anime was inspired by the manga, based on the manga. It took certain beats from the manga, but it just the nature of like what they were doing at the time meant that it was very very different. Certain elements of the manga just got completely left out. A lot of things were changed and all that. So for this one, for Crystal, they wanted to be more faithful to the manga. So for the most part, it is pretty much just a straight adaptation. Not a lot of liberties taken. One exception: the first season, based on the Dark Kingdom arc of the manga, uh, took some liberties regarding the 4 kings of the Dark Kingdom. The manga never actually states this outright, but there is sort of supplemental artwork that very strongly suggests that the Sailor Guardians and the 4 kings were lovers in their past lives. Um, so Crystal, the first season of Crystal, builds on that. It Yeah, like it's a major shift from even from the manga, but it is done really well. I found that it was done really well, and did actually help to expand something that was, again, very clearly something that Naoko Takeuchi, the creator of Sailor Moon, had clearly decided on. I don't know when she decided on it, but like I said, it was just supplemental artwork. Nothing that was ever actually stated in the comic itself. But it was definitely something that she had decided on. So I thought they did I thought it was really good the way they built on that. Made things very interesting. Um, Added a little bit more pathos to everything. Not that more pathos was needed, but other than that, like I said, there's very, very, very few liberties taken. Uh, they were as close to the manga as it was possible to be. Uh, Obviously, minor stuff just because animation and art comics are 2 different mediums, so a few little things here and there. Um, the biggest issue with the series, 3 seasons in particular, kinda ugly. The art is very, very, very CG. Very, very much computer generated artwork. Um, and it legitimately does not look as good as the 90s anime does. And I mean, like, that's gonna, that will be somewhat subjective, probably. Like, there is gonna be some degree of subjectivity with that. Um, and I'm not someone who's like, oh, hand drawn is always better. There's plenty of, there are cartoons I like that were very much done on a computer, The problem is, it's just, it's too, too clearly computer generated, I feel like. Um, Actually, the first two seasons in particular. Uh, it did improve with the third season. Um, they did sort of scale it back a bit with the third season, but the first two seasons in particular, the transformation sequences in particular, the transformation sequences in the first two seasons are straight up ugly. Like, there's no way around it. They're just ugly. Which is a shame because, they're sort of one of the more exciting parts of the show. You don't get the extended transformations every episode the way the 90s cartoon did. You might have, you know, two, three, four episodes go by where the characters, well, maybe not four episodes, but you might have a couple episodes in a row where none of the characters are actually seen transforming. So it's not as, and even then, sometimes they'll sort of speed up the transformations, but so it's not as constant as a thing as it was in the 90s series, but it is still a big part. It still happens a lot, and for it to be that ugly was a shame. Even aside from the transformation sequences, like I said, it looks too computer generated in a way that's just, it's not appealing to me. And I imagine most people would feel the same. Because, like, again, I am probably a little bit more tolerant towards CG artwork than a lot of people. But even I thought that it just did not look good. So I imagine most of the audience probably felt the same. Season 3, they did improve it. And then with the movies in particular, they really went back to a art style that was more reminiscent of the 90s cartoon. I do wonder if part of the reason for the art style they had was as a way of trying to differentiate it from the old cartoon, which is understandable. Trying to give it its own identity and everything like that, so I can get that. But, like I said, it was a problem. That said, I did watch the English dub of it, and the voice actors, who are carried over from the Viz Media dub of the 90s cartoon. They use the same voice actors from that. Um, and they're all great. The voice actors all do fantastic jobs. Stephanie Sheh is phenomenal as Sailor Moon herself. Um, and like I said, everyone does great work. Uh, the writing, most of the dialogue is taken from the manga, and the manga was really good. It's a great series. It's worth reading, for the record. Um, so the dialogue tends to be good. One thing I will note, there's no attempt. There's no real attempt made at localizing it. So there are going to be references that will just go whoosh right over the heads of most English viewers because just it's they're referencing things that are unique to Japan. Uh, Having read the manga with translators' notes made it a bit easier for me. And it's not really that many. There's not that many references like that. There's not that many instances where it'll be like where you won't understand what they're talking about or what the reference is. Um, because it is trying to be close to the manga, it does mean the pacing is different from the 90 series. It's not a monster of the week kind of thing. Um, so it does move a lot more briskly. Um, first season has 14 episodes. Second season is only 12. Third season is 13. So, a lot less than the anime. And then there's the movies Sailor Moon Eternal and Sailor Moon Cosmos. Those are based on the fourth and fifth arcs of the manga. Again, like I said, each one split into two movies. Each of those movies about 80 minutes long, 80-ish minutes long. So even shorter than, even less time than the other seasons. Though weirdly maybe benefiting from the quicker pace. It They move really fast, maybe too fast. Those might have actually benefited from just a little extra time. Uh, yeah, a little bit of extra breathing room. As it was, they do move really quickly. Um, they can't afford to waste any time. The the series can. They can sort of have breathing room in the first three seasons because they do have the space for it. But the movies, it's quick. But like I said, they do probably benefit. They do probably do benefit from it. Um, and yeah, just all in all, I enjoyed Sailor Moon Crystal. I did enjoy Sailor Moon Crystal. Ugly transformation sequences notwithstanding, I did enjoy the series. Um, I was able to mostly get used to the art style, and especially once they changed the art style to look more like the '90s cartoon. Um, yeah, it was good, and it was nice seeing Sailor Venus get the respect that she deserves because the '90s cartoon did Venus so dirty. Not deliberately or anything like that. Like they clearly tried to give her spotlight episodes and everything, but she just didn't. She wasn't who she was supposed to be. She wasn't the leader of the Guardians. She wasn't as hard. Um, she wasn't the stone cold badass that she was in the manga. Because manga Sailor Venus is a stone cold badass. She's in the manga. She actually stabs uh, a villain. Just grabs a sword, whoop, shanks her right there. So badass. The '90s cartoon did not let her do that. This one, she gets to be a badass. She gets to be a leader. So I like that. Um, I also like that season 4 was, or Sailor Moon Eternal, which adapted the fourth arc. The 90s anime made the fourth arc all about Chibi Moon in a way that was just irritating. Here she's back to her regular role, which means that everyone else still gets to freaking matter. Um, what else to say? What else to say? Soundtrack. They gave it a new theme song, which kind of bangs. It's kind of a banger. The new theme song, it kind of rocks, honestly. The opening theme song is called Moon Pride, and yeah, honestly, it rocks. The soundtrack in general is really good. What's interesting is for Sailor Moon Cosmos for the final two movies. Part one, they go back to the original theme song, Miracle Romance, and then for part two, they go with the theme for the Sailor Stars arc of the anime. I do feel like they should have reversed that. Part one should have been the Sailor Stars theme. Part two should have been Miracle Romance. Yeah, they should have ended with the song that started it. I feel like that would have been more appropriate. Um, but but it was very nice seeing hearing that theme song again. The Miracle Romance theme at the end there. I did like that touch. That was a really nice touch. Because Crystal would not exist without the '90s cartoon. It definitely owes that cartoon a debt of gratitude. So paying homage to it at the end there, I thought that was a really nice touch. Um, so yeah, so those are my thoughts on Sailor Moon Crystal, without getting into spoiler territory, or without too much into spoiler territory. Um, if you want to talk about it with me, I'm definitely down to talk about it because I like Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon is great. Now that I have watched that, by this point, by the time this goes up, I will have finished Wednesday, so I'll have my review of Wednesday season 2 up next week, next Monday. Monday after that will probably be K-pop Demon Hunters, which pretty good odds I'll watch that by the time that this review goes up as well. And then I'm probably gonna rewatch She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. No review for that, but that's probably what I'm gonna rewatch next. Anyway, I hope you did enjoy my thoughts on it. So, thanks for watching. And in the name of the moon, I'll punish you.